My name is Professor Michael Hager. I have been a associate professor here at the university for 15 years. Before that, I was exhibit preparator over at the Moravian Art Museum, as well as at the Sabatini Art Gallery. Kind of going backwards here in time, I got my Master of Fine Arts from the University of Iowa. Graduated from there in 2001. Previous to that, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from here, Washburn University, which I got in 1999. No, 1992. My background in art is kind of convoluted. As a child, I was seen as the art prodigy in grade school, junior high, and I kept at it until the engineer and my father in me decided, well, I can't make a living off of this, so I took up technical drafting, got an associate's degree with a certificate from what then was the Kaw Area Vocational Technical School, which is now Washburn Tech. I was employed as a technical draftsman for a year, despised it, and so I started art school. I started graphic school down at University of Pittsburgh State University in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Didn't like it down there either, so I came up here, looked at Washburn, looked at KU, looked at K-State. I liked how Washburn treated me, like a person, not a number. And I started my art school here in 1988, and then progressed to the University of Iowa from MFA 1992 through 2001. Came back here and started as an adjunct teaching here. I was also working at the Kansas State Historical Society for a little while in their exhibit department. And I also worked for the Sabatini Art Gallery in the Topeka Shawnee County Public Library for 5 years as their exhibition technician. And then I was hired on here full time. Favorite part of working at Washburn? It would be the students. And I know that sounds cliche. I know that sounds like something that is told to us all the time to talk about, but I have to tell you, I remember my time here as a student, and I remember how important it was to me and how it made me who I am now. And I will never forget that, and I always see some parallels with my students with that, having the light bulbs go on over their heads, their aha moments, if you will. So it is the students, it is the production of art from the students that I would put right up above everything else. There are a lot of things that I love about this university because of my commitment to it and my history with it. But I would say that is, without a doubt, number one. Let's say if I ever won the lotto, I probably would still teach because it's just part of me now. Printmaking, I love it. I love the equipment, and this is really where a lot of the aha moments happen with students. And they come into the class a little scared, a little intimidated because of the technical aspects of printmaking. They don't quite understand what printmaking is. They all come in with a pre-notion of what they think it is, and I usually get rid of that the first day with my first lecture. And after that, the production of really great printed images comes out, and it always amazes me and them of what kind of pictures they can make. So probably in order, it would be intro to printmaking, then advanced printmaking, because that's just a continuation. I do teach sculpture, and I love that. It's kind of limited right now here in this building because of space. But that's, yeah, printmaking's by far number one. That's that's a good question. I would have to talk to them about what they have done and why they think they're not artistic. I would have to see some work. It's part of postmodernism, which is an art movement and a social movement in the creative and performing arts from the 80s and 70s that says, well, everybody's an artist. That is true to a point, but there are instances when a person may not actually have what it takes. I mean, it's just like athletics. It's just like music. It's just like theater. There are people who can't act. There are people who are tone deaf. It's unfortunate. But in the world of the arts, especially visual arts, studio arts, there are certain people who just can't do it. And I'm not saying the talent. I'm not saying the skills. Skills are teachable. I can teach somebody how to draw. I'm teaching drawing one right now, and I am converting some people. It's a lot of fun. But there will always be those who, don't know their limitation, and they come here to find out what it is. And I have very rarely, but I have in the past saying, well, maybe you should consider another degree. So you saw a little bit of it today with my demo. That's exactly the kind of printmaking I do. I do woodcuts. And this is also my studio. I work here on my own stuff. I use both the sculpture and printmaking as my studio. With tenured and tenure-track professors, we have part of our job description is research. And our research is doing our art. So we are actually expected to work on our stuff, to have exhibits, to do talks, and stuff like that in a professional manner we use our working, our actual art making as part of our job here. We have to. And so when I'm in here teaching and when I'm doing demos, that's exactly what I do with my own work. I print on paper. I use both the presses in here. I use the equipment downstairs in sculpture and stuff like that. So they see me work, and I'm always completely okay with them interrupting me while I'm working. One of the things that I have in my syllabus is the fact that I have kind of been trained as an artist in a social context. With printmaking, you have presses that you need to share. With sculpture, you have equipment that you need to share. So I'm always around people. I have a hard time working alone. I'm one of the rare ones. So that's also, I think, a benefit to the students.